I'm Lauren from the Bedford Village Flower Shop, and today I'm going to be doing a centerpiece that eventually will go around a very tall candelabra for the use in a large ballroom that happens to have tall ceilings. And so it's a great candelabra and the centerpiece. It's a good way to bridge the gap in a room that has really tall ceilings. So I'm excited about it. I want it to be very loose, very airy, kind of have a garden feel to it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my green base. I have this great leather leaf fern. And I really want to use how big and fluffy and fabulous it is. And I'm putting it into a vessel that I've already prepped with chicken wire, and I've put floral preservative and water into the vessel. I'm going to bring in some of this lemon leaf. I like having different textures of green to create the base. I just really think it helps to make it interesting. I want to create a little bit of height in this. I think it helps to, give that garden feel when you have height so that you can have movement within your flowers. Okay, in addition to my greens, I'm now going to bring in some beautiful brassica. I really like this brassica. It's a feather brassica, and you can really manipulate the foliage on it to get a lot more of a flower, a face flower to it. So I'm going to bend down some of these guys and really get it to fill out. The brassica will, it helps to really solidify the base, but it also gives us some more interesting texture and color. All right, the next green, I'm on a green kick, so I'm going to keep on going with my greens. I have this beautiful snowball viburnum. I love the springtime green of this. It's so light, it's so fresh, so I really want to bring this into the centerpiece because spring is right around the corner. Something interesting to note, if you're ever using a viburnum in an arrangement that has floral foam in it, the woody stem is the only thing that will drink the water from the floral foam. Just the green stem will not. But hands down, this does better if the woody stem is contacting the water.
How'd you learn that?
I went to school in Belgium and they taught me that.
I'm learning by mistake.
This is very true. I've certainly done my fair share of trial and error.
We found that out with the heliobor one time.
Heliobor does not survive in floral foam. It will quickly look very, very sad. And yes, we learned the hard way with that. Everything's a learning opportunity. Okay, now it's time to bring in some color. I love color. Color is fabulous. Color is wonderful. It's great to have an opportunity to use some color, and especially with spring coming and we've had this kind of bleak winter, I love color even more. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my snapdragons. I have these beautiful pink snapdragons. They're so nice and full and lush. And I like snapdragons so much because they really, they kind of do their own thing. They've got a lot of character in their line. I really wanted this arrangement to feel, like I said before, like it came straight out of a garden or like it has a garden feel to it. It might look like your perennial border that's sprinkled with annuals. Kind kind of what I'm going for in my own gardens this year. I'm started all my annuals, my perennials from seed, and I intend on having a very full, busy garden. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is come in with my rose, which is my face flower. This rose is going to open up really beautifully and have a very garden rose feel to it.
Why you blowing it?
To help open it, encourage it to open a little bit more. I blew on the rose to help encourage it to open. The next thing that I'm going to go for, which really, I mean, I think to most people it speaks spring, is my tulips. I love tulips. Woo! I have these beautiful light pink tulips. Have just a hint of that darker pink to them, so it'll really tie my colors in very nicely. So the tulips are really wonderful. They add so much spring flair to this arrangement. So I'm really just going to go in and put them kind of everywhere throughout the arrangement. Tulips grow even after they're cut. When tulips are in water, they still continue to grow. So it's beneficial to put them a little bit lower, knowing that once you're, ready for the actual display, they're going to grow a few inches. Ooh, I like this one so much because it has its own kind of curve to it. So I really want to use that to my advantage, have it in its vegetative state. This is an area that I feel like is a little blank, so I'm going to bring in another rose to really kind of fill that space up. Okay, that looks much better. All right, so now I'm going to bring in an accent that's going to bring in a lot of movement to this arrangement, and that's my sweet pea. I love sweet peas. They have a lot of different character. Again, a very spring-like feel to it. Okay, so from where you're viewing everything, it looks pretty sparse back here. But if I turn the arrangement towards you, we're much more full in the front. And this back is going to be back against a candelabra. So it's okay that it's more sparse back here because this is really what the visual is. So we're done with this particular arrangement. I have 3 more to do, and they'll surround a candelabra. Okay, so our flowers are in place around our candelabra, and now I'm going to go ahead and place our candles. So thank you so much for watching. I really had a great time making this arrangement. I love this arrangement because when you have a big space with really tall ceilings, like in a ballroom or a tent that has cathedral ceilings, this is such a good way to bring in the height and bring in your flower and still have a great talking, communication across the table as well. So it's elegant, it's gardeny, it's full of flower, it's lush, and it really ties everything together. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Follow us. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Check us out continually on social media. Subscribe to our newsletter, our YouTube channel. Lots of different places to watch us. Thanks again.